Hey guys, it's Devin from Head Up Throttle Down. Today we're finally going to address the elephant in the room, and that's obviously this truck I'm driving. So, as most of you can tell who's been following me, I've traded in the Colorado ZR2. I've gotten this 2026 Chevy Silverado 2500 Z71 LT Trailboss. As I'm approaching about 10,000 kilometers on this truck, or about 6,000 miles, I thought it'd be a perfect time for me to give you my initial impressions on this vehicle, as well as tell you why I ended up trading the Colorado. I've been getting a couple messages and people asking me what was wrong with the Colorado and why did I trade it in. Honestly, there was nothing wrong with that truck. I loved that truck. If I was a rich man, I would have probably kept that truck and got this one. But unfortunately, I'm just not that flush with cash where I can afford to keep a bunch of trucks. The real reason I got rid of the Colorado and went away from the overlanding build is simply because my wife doesn't like to overland. Now I know what you're thinking. Yes, I could have just kept going out like I was doing by myself, but at the end of the day, I spend enough time away from my wife and kids that I want them to come on my adventures with me. I want them to have fun and I want them to be comfortable. Now, a lot of you guys know that I spent a lot of time in the Army, so overland camping for me is quite glamorous. So my wife wants something with a bathroom and something that feels a little bit more secure, and I get that. She's not used to roughing it, and if it's not fun, she's not going to want to do it. We ended up trading my Colorado in, jumping a complete category of truck, and going right to a 2500. This 2500. So the plan is we're going to get a truck camper, a lightweight one, so that we can still have the capacity to tow the Defender around and still be able to do off-roading adventures. But this way, we're going to have something that's a lot more comfortable and a lot easier for me to take my family out on the road, establish a base camp, and then go out on our off-roading adventures. Initial impressions, I absolutely love this truck. I was really worried about not being able to afford the diesel at first. At least here in Canada, the diesel is like a $12,000 option. And I really couldn't justify that cost knowing that 80% of the time I'm gonna be driving around unloaded. I think if you're primarily using this vehicle only to haul heavy loads, or if it's your work truck, the diesel is definitely an upgrade worth considering because you're gonna get a lot better fuel mileage under load than the gas engine. But I'm happy to report that I actually have no regrets about buying the gas engine. This 6.6 liter V8 has plenty of power. It's able to haul anything that I need to extremely easily, and I don't have to deal with a DEF system or any of those other emission systems that you find on the newer trucks. The one thing I guess we have to talk about too, is since I mentioned it, is fuel economy. So it's actually better than I thought it was going to be, but I'll say it with a caveat, because if you're coming, say, from a Silverado 1500 5.3 with the cylinder shut down, I get like 10.5 in my Silverado on the highway. You're not going to get that in this. This is a big truck, but I was actually pleasantly surprised that with low wind and not under a heavy load, I was getting 14.5 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway, doing the posted speed. And to me, that's pretty good for how big this truck is and for how unaerodynamic it actually is. I will say though, that if you're going to be predominantly driving this truck in the city, it's going to absolutely kill your gas mileage. I think in the city I'm averaging 24.5, 25.5 liters per 100 kilometers, but luckily most of the driving I do is rural driving or highway driving, so that really hasn't been a problem. But if you're doing a lot of stop and start traffic, it takes a lot of fuel to get this thing up to speed, and if you're driving in a metropolitan area, you're really going to notice it at the pump. Off-road, this truck has been handling pretty good. It's big, it's unwieldy, but I find that the four-wheel drive system in it works pretty good, and that automatic rear locking differential really kicks in when you need it. There's not a huge delay, which you might find with a lot of those kinds of systems, or it constantly unlocking at weird moments, and it stays locked for as long as you need it to. So I went with a LT Trailboss for a couple of reasons. So on most of Chevy's trucks, from the Colorado to the Silverados, the Trailboss is going to be the best balance, in my mind, for being able to have a truck that can still do truck things, but also be able to go out on the trails a little bit. Now, I know that you guys are going to say on the 2500 though, the Trailboss is more of a cosmetic upgrade, and the Z71 is the real package that you're going to want to consider when you're buying the 2500 and if you're planning on leaving the pavement. I personally think that the Trailboss on the 2500 looks absolutely incredible and is well worth the money. I went with the LT with the leather package and the center console upgrade because that to me is the perfect truck. It's got all the creature comforts that I would want in a truck with really nothing that I don't. And really the only feature on this truck that I'm missing that I would have liked to have was instead of the push automatic raising and lowering tailgate, I would have really loved to have that multi-flex tailgate. So the engine and transmission on these trucks, I really feel like GM has done a really good job fine-tuning these over the years. I think this is going to be the last iteration of this current generation of 2500, and I believe next year they're going to be coming out with a refreshed or possibly all new Silverado heavy duty. But I'm actually happy I got one of the last years of this version of this truck. I've heard nothing good things about this transmission and the 6.6 gas engine. The transmission on this thing is incredibly smooth, and I actually really appreciate in this transmission the lower gears are geared pretty aggressively, which is obviously to help you take off when you're pulling a heavy load, but it's actually also pretty good for off-roading. So to summarize, guys, I absolutely love this truck. I've only got about 10,000 kilometers on it right now, which is about 6,000 miles. And I promise I will give an updated review once I've had more time with the vehicle. There's been absolutely nothing wrong with it so far, and I really hope that stays that way. Knock on fake wood. Big shout out to my guy Rick at Murray's in Brandon, Manitoba. There was no way I could have got into this truck at a better price than I did. If you guys are in the Westman area and you're sick of the typical dealership experience that you get with all the hidden costs and greasy sales tactics, just go talk to my friends at Murray's and they'll treat you properly. I guarantee it. So one other thing about the Trailboss is the tires that come on it. It came with a set of KO3s, which is really important to me. Obviously, you guys can see from the video, as I deal with a lot of snow, and I don't want to be constantly switching back from summer to winter tires. And if the KO3s perform anywhere like the KO2s do, I know that I'm going to be just fine rocking these all year round. Guys, there's a ton of new stuff coming for the channel. I'm really excited to show you the build that we're going to do with this 2500 to get the truck camper and then bring you guys along for these awesome adventures. In about 2 weeks, I'm going to be heading to Edmonton to go to the RV show that they have there. It's this massive RV show, and I'm going to show you guys the 2 truck campers that I'm really contemplating. And between the two, it's really going to come down to cost versus quality, because there isn't actually a ton of competition in the smaller truck camper market that's going to be able to work with this truck and still be able to tow my trailer with my Defender on it. So if you guys are at the Edmonton RV show and you see me there, say something, say hello, and I will promise I will have a pocket full of stickers and I'll give that, and if I can, maybe some hats or something. So if you see me, stop me, say hello, and until next time, keep your head up and that throttle down.